In a bright green forest, Bunty Bunny and Motu Calf were playing happily, running, jumping, and enjoying a game of hide and seek. "Catch me if you can," Bunty shouted excitedly. Motu ran behind him, but soon stopped, distracted by some delicious grass. As they wandered further, they unknowingly stepped into a huge, dark bush. Suddenly, everything felt strange. The wind turned cold, the light slowly dimmed, and the leaves whispered softly, "Shh." Motu shivered and said nervously, "Bunty, this bush feels like a horror movie." Bunty tried to act brave, but his voice trembled slightly. "Don't worry, I'm just a little scared." Suddenly, they stepped out of the bush and froze in shock. Everything had turned white. Snow everywhere, icy mountains, freezing winds blowing all around. They had reached Iceland. Motu's teeth began chattering as he exclaimed, "Why is the forest a refrigerator now?" Soon their funny adventures began. Motu stepped onto the ice and instantly slipped. "Slee!" He slid uncontrollably, shouting, "I'm going without ticket!" Bunty chased after him, jumping like a superhero. Bunty speed! Then Bunty built a cute snowman. Motu came to help, but suddenly, achoo! Bam! The snowman exploded into pieces. "That was art," Bunty said. Motu laughed and replied, "Now it's modern art." A little later, they saw penguins. Bunty smiled and started dancing like them. Motu tried to copy, but slipped and spun around, shouting, "Welcome to Motu Dance Academy." Then Motu picked up some snow and said excitedly, "Let's eat this. It looks like ice cream." He took a bite and suddenly made a face. No taste, fake ice cream. As their fun continued, the sky slowly turned orange. The sun was setting. Bunty looked worried and asked softly, "If it gets dark, how will we go home?" Motu panicked and cried, "I don't want to sleep in a freezer forest." They quickly started searching everywhere, until, suddenly, Bunty stopped and pointed. "Look, the same bush!" The wind began to blow again. Whoosh! Motu gulped nervously and joked, "This bush is definitely magical or just confused." They held hands tightly, took a deep breath, and jumped inside. Whoosh! In a moment, they were back in their warm green forest. Sunshine returned, birds chirped happily. Everything felt safe again. Motu hugged the grass with relief and said, "Grass, my best friend, I missed you." Bunty smiled and asked playfully, "Tomorrow, another adventure?" Motu quickly replied, "Yes, but only if it has food and no ice." And so they laughed together, remembering their chilly adventure, learning that while adventures are exciting, finding the way back home is the most important part.